Ladies and gentlemen, everybody out there, it's Philip20. Alright, I'm back. Check it out. I've got my RYOBI mower here. I've still been using it quite a bit. I'll tell you how many hours I've got on the mower. I'll show it to you right here. I gotta unplug the power first. And now we got 5.1 hours on the mower. And what I'm going to do is talk about the pros and the cons of the mower. Let's go ahead and take the keys out. The thing's silent when it runs. Alright, so the pros of this mower is it comes with a metal pallet. The cons is you need a welder to make this little rack I made. It's not a whole lot. It's not absolutely gorgeous, but it's okay. I made this rack because when I tried to get on the trailer on a hill over there, not here, you've seen the video before if you haven't, and it was a previous video I made where I nearly killed myself with this mower because it's got so much power. This thing has a lot of power. So the whole thing flipped up, like, you know, it was vertical. I pulled the control bars back and then, bam, I was back on the four wheels, thankfully. So, you know, I have not done nothing but charge this on solar power. This is AGM top batteries, and when I discharge, I recharge it with my solar power. So I'm pretty surprised on how good these are when the batteries are full. This thing is pretty good when the batteries are full of not consuming of electricity. So that thing don't use tons of power when the batteries are full. That's an awesome, awesome thing for solar guys. So I'm grateful. You guys are probably happy to see this. But I want to talk about a couple things with the mower. Now, again, I made this little rack here out of some steel I had. And I had this piece of steel was part of the this bottom piece that I made. It was part of the frame when it was bigger. I cut it down, and then I got another piece here that is another piece of angle iron. It looks like a Z-bar. Right here, you can see the bottom piece. Yeah, excuse my terrible welding. So the bottom piece is attached underneath the bumper, and the top piece used to be the frame, which is the same piece of steel you see here. It's not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. It's better than what I can afford, which is nothing right now, because I just ordered some solar panels. Now, I didn't order solar panels for this because this thing doesn't take a whole lot to mow. So, if you're thinking about getting an electric mower, I mean, it's up to you. It obviously has its drawbacks. Either you have to charge it with something on the go, and it takes hours to charge this thing. So, I mean, this one does pretty good for what I need it to do. It mows my yard, and I'll walk around it. I don't have to walk around. It's 0.44 acres. It's on a hill. So, it's 0.44 acres. It's on a hill. That's the way it is. This one's on a hill. It's got two blades. It's a 42-inch deck. It's super nice. To me, it's better than using the Husqvarna because I haven't had to buy any gasoline for it yet. The only thing you have to do is oil it and maintenance it. Now, how I made this rack over top of the back is not anything's drilled through the frame. Nothing is drilled through the frame, and it's kind of easy to understand. This is right here exhaust pipe clamps from AutoZone. And I got two of them because I plan on putting another piece of steel on this side, this bar. So you see I got, you know, a couple right there. And that's what increases the sturdiness, because, I mean, it would not be strong if it wasn't for these right here. So you can see these right here. This one's loose at the moment, but I plan on welding some to it. I picked me up some bed railing for free at the recycling center. I can turn into some tubular steel. If I use my welder, I'll turn it into some tubular steel and increase the height and width of this roll bar. In my opinion, this should not be sold without a roll bar. This thing has so much power, it will lift the entire thing up. This thing should not be sold without a roll bar. Okay? So, I did my best to cut it down to be lighter. I don't care about how much battery power it is versus me dying, because I don't want to die. I'll add 20 pounds or whatever, 50 pounds if I have to increase the safety of this. Obviously, I'm going to cut this stuff out. I'm going to cut this stuff out and I'll make it tubular steel instead of just angle iron, because angle iron is very weak, and if it flipped up, it probably wouldn't stop from rolling all the way over. It'd just slow it down. So this thing's awesome. It's got high and low speed blades, high and low speed drive. It's got a USB charger. Any moron would put their phone in here to charge it. I know you can hear it, but if you want to destroy your electronics, stick it in a plastic hole that's going to rattle around. Just don't do stupid stuff like that if you want to keep your phone. I mean, I don't see no reason that you need a USB charger charging me for that. Which, I mean, if I'm dead on the side of the road and my phone's dead, my truck's broke down, I'll have plenty of power to charge my phone up. But, I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. I mean, if I'm stranded somewhere, I'll have a USB charger to charge. Or if I'm mowing and I'm out there and the battery goes dead, I'm assuming it beeps when it gets super low. But if the battery goes dead, you could call somebody with your phone charger. Again, I don't know why people don't plug their phone up at night anyways. And charge it. I doubt that this will ever be used. This will never be used for me. And they probably charged me like $50 for that stupid charger. Now, I understand the idea. Now, let me tell you how I'd do it if I was going to put my phone in here. This is my trash holder. When I find trash, I pick it up. So, look, I got a bolt from the old framing. So, if you put cushion in here, okay, and then you stick your phone in there with the cushion protecting it from bouncing around, I can see a good reason why you wouldn't want that. And the USB charger should be inside of here. So, because if it's out here, it's perfect for my elbow to slam into it and break it off. Because I'm mowing bumpy grass. It's not a smooth ride when you're mowing bumpy grass. My yard's awful. I got holes everywhere. And it's the same way with a bigger mower, the Husqvarna. My yard's awful. I got holes everywhere. So, this mower is really smooth for the size. The only thing I'm concerned about is not having a roll bar for this mower. All of these electric zero turns that have the torque that this RYOBI does, well, I'm absolutely sure that you need a roll bar if you buy this. And if you still got the framing, you could kind of make it out of it. And if you haven't, this might help you with some ideas. There's 2 bolts underneath this bumper that hold it on. When you put it together, you'll see it. There's 2 bolts, and you can put a Z-bar through here, or even an angle iron, and then a full tubular steel through there, and then bring it up, just like you would on another mower. And to be honest with you, I'd put seriously heavy gauge steel in there, because there's no reason why not to. And you'll have to make it stronger by attaching it to this upper bar, because it'll be flexible if it's not. So you won't, like right now it's real sturdy. I mean, I can ride around and it just don't bounce or nothing. But before I put this steel on here and these clamps on here, it was just not possible to ride around with that roll bar. And if it would probably bent and stopped right there, but hey, I just don't want it flopping back and forth. So obviously I need to paint it, but I can't find my paint. I'm out of money. That's why I used this old steel from that old rack anyways. I'm sitting here talking for 10 minutes. My bad, guys. Look, the mower's awesome. If you like electric and you don't like spending money, this thing works good. This is Philip 20 with solar power, electricity, and electronics. Peace out.